Hi guys, it's Emily from Novel Novels and welcome to today's video. This is my reading catch up July, week 2, Be Happy. Kind of gives you a hint to the end of the video, but you know, reading wise it's been a bit of a meh week. But as I will talk about a bit later in the video, it's been a happier week. As in the fact that yes, the reading's not gone amazingly. I've only had one 5-star, like 5 4-stars, which 4 stars are still good. Like 4 stars are good books. I've just not found any more amazing ones. And then I've got 3 books on the go. So I've sort of caught up with my reading. I have done a bit of it again because that's what I fancied. It's been hot again. So what do I do when it's hot? I read. And I'm not going to apologise for myself for that. But I was busy at the weekend, but we'll go into that in a bit. Anyway, let's talk about the books. That's why we're here. So the first book I started yesterday is a memoir of Jane Austen by James Austen Lee. This is a nice short and sweet book. I should be able to get quite a bit of this read actually this morning before I go to Baz Books. But this is the autobiography of Jane Austen by her nephew. So I don't think there's any pictures in this book. No, there isn't any pictures. But it's literally talking about how I don't know any more than that. It basically it's actually been influenced, but this was actually influential on a lot of the later biographies of Jane Austen because it was literally written by someone who actually knew her. Although my only thing was, straight away in the first chapter, it's not spoken about her brother George, who was the one that was mute. So I'm a bit wondering what's going to happen in that. But did really enjoy the book. Thought it was really done. I'm enjoying it at the moment. So that first bit anyway. Oh fudge! Just realised I've got a little sticky thingy. And then obviously I'm reading Emma by Jane Austen, which is my reread. I'm about halfway through already. I love it. It doesn't disappoint. It really doesn't. It's like, yeah, I am pretty much halfway through. And what more do we need to know? It's rereading it. It's Emma. I love Emma. I think I probably skim read a bit yesterday because my brain wasn't in it, but I'm really enjoying it. Emma's probably my second favourite Jane Austen, and reading it like this, it still goes second. I still love it. I think I've actually read this more than I've actually read my favourite, which is Pride and Prejudice. But it has made me want to read the other ones because I do like Emma. And then a book I started last night, but you could see I already read a big chunk of it. And this is Enemies to Lovers by Laura Jane Williams. This was a book that I got from my wish list by the Amazon Anonymous person last year. And this is actually a mood read off my shelf because you're going to laugh. I may have gone a bit book shopping at the weekend. We'll talk about that at the end again. But when I went to put some of my books away, I found about 4 summer books that I had hidden that I hadn't put back on my shelves. Or hadn't put to the front. 4 contemporary summer books that I had forgotten about. And this was one of them. And I decided, sod it, I don't have many contemporaries on my set TBR for the month. So I decided to read this. Enemies to Lovers trope. We were talking about that on my rant video. I hope it's done well. This is actually tackling anxiety. No, it's actually tackling some other things, not anxiety. It's actually tackling the fact that right at the start of the book it says about the fact that the lead character had a nervous breakdown before the book. So this has actually got really good potential. I have enjoyed her other work, so looking forward to reading that. I can't wait to read that tonight, actually. I really can't. It's a good sign. It's a good sign when you can't actually wait to read that. So I'm hoping, you never know, I might get a contemporary with 5 stars. But those are the books I'm currently reading. I can see Enemies to Lovers doing well. Memoir to Jane Austen, I hope it's done well. I'm going to keep alternating my books on my TBR shelf between historical fiction, like non-Jane Austen and Jane Austen books. So I've got to decide my non-Jane Austen book to read next after that one. So I'm not quite sure which one yet. I'm not sure. I will think about that and decide that when I've read that. So I do like the fact I can just literally do that. And I like the fact that my TBR sort of shelf is going down. Like my TBR for the month is going down, so I can actually start moody reading again, which is the whole point of this. Anyway, here we go. So the next one, which is a reread, is Lady Susan, the Watsons and the Sanditon. I had planned on reading it over 3 weeks, and then I went, sort of, I want to finish it this week, which is kind of why it kind of got rid of, kind of made my numbers go off a little bit. I rated it 3.5 stars because I loved Lady Susan, and in fact Lady Susan, if it was a standalone, would be like 4.5 stars. I absolutely friggin' loved that. But the Watsons and the Sanditon I didn't like, so I kind of rounded it down to 3.5. I love Lady Susan, and I think I would love to have read, I want to read more novellas, but this is the second time I've read this. I think I might actually give this one up, because I can't see me reading the Watsons and the Sandersons again. If I find a nice copy of Lady Susan, maybe I might get that separately, but I actually think I will give this up, because this is my second time reading it, and didn't love the other two, so I'm going to be good to myself. Now to the next 1, 2, 3, yeah, we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books, and all bar one are 4 stars. But in all honesty, if I was being strict with myself, some of them I prefer to the others. But the next one is Charlotte by Helen Moffat, and this is obviously a Pride and Prejudice, basically like a retelling following on from Pride and Prejudice, and about Charlotte Lucas. And at the start, okay, again, I'm about to give spoilers, so if you don't want to know the spoilers, wait until my book goes down, okay? Because I'm giving you advance warning. I don't like telling people spoilers without them knowing. So if you don't want to know the spoilers, just skip ahead till you don't see this book, or press mute until you don't see this book. I love this book, but there is that bloody trope that I flipping hate. Yes, it's the cheating trope, and I absolutely 101% hate it. It's glorified in this book, and if it wasn't in this book, I would have loved it. I would have put in 5 stars. The writing is great. I really enjoyed the way they retold Charlotte. I really enjoyed the way they talk about, obviously, Lizzie Bennet is in, and Lizzie's in this a lot. Obviously, her and Mr. Darcy, they're in it a lot, especially Lizzie. And Charlotte's obviously there's some twists in that. She's got her children with her, but then she meets this musician, Jacob Rosenstein, and then you can tell what's going to happen on that, because it's a cheating trope. And it's just, oh my god, it just annoyed the buggers out of me. I love the writing, I love the way they put Charlotte, I love the other bits about other connections to Pride and Prejudice. I think it's done really well, but it's just that cheating trope that I didn't like, so I'm not going to reread that. Now you're safe to come back. Okay, you're safe. Now to a contemporary that I liked. I'm alternating it contemporary to historical fiction, and this is The Island Love Song by Emma Cowell. I do love her contemporaries. I think I bought this last year, so it's her last year's new one, and she's got another one out this year which I will probably enjoy. And it's about sisters, and it's about the call of the Greece is hard to resist. Hydra, the picturesque Greek island, is paradise for most, yet for sisters Ella and Georgia, it's a place where their deepest, darkest secrets dwell, and it's a time for them to confront their past when they scatter their mother's ashes. 2 very different sisters, 2 very different histories on the island, and very different relationships, and they take Georgia's daughter Phoenix to this, and there's some twists and turns in that. It's sisters, it's a bit of romance, it's a bit about confronting your past. There are some triggers in this, I think, if you look at it a bit closely, and they need to be dealt with right, and they are dealt with right, and the writing is done really well. It sets up the island so beautifully. Greece is one of the countries I would love to go to again. I went to Corfu when I was like my early years before Chris, and I would love to go back there, but let's see. But yes, I really did enjoy this. Good contemporary romance, and I think one that I would lend to Mum. I think that's probably my only Mum book, actually. She's gonna like me, her pile's not as big. Then to I think this was my TBR jar pick for the month, The Queen's Lady by Joanna Hickson. I think this is the sequel to The Lady of the Ravens, but it doesn't say it, because it talks about that. I'm pretty sure it's the sequel to Lady of the Ravens, either the sequel or the prequel to that, because it's connected. And it's basically set in the Tudor court time, and being a lady in waiting can be a perilous occupation. Raven-haired Joan Guilford learnt to walk the fine line between the rules of court life and finding her own happiness. Actually, yeah, I do think it's a sequel to Lady and the Raven. And as a companion and confidant to a queen in the Tudor court of Henry VII, actually it starts with Henry VII's time and goes in to Henry VIII's time, and it's brilliant. It's really enjoyed this, and again it did actually show Henry VIII in a bit of a different light, which I really enjoyed. It showed behind the scenes of the Tudor court a bit more, but it is done really well. I really enjoyed it. Really good 4 stars, but it is 4 stars, and it's just one I recommend to other people. If you like the Tudor era, if you like that sort of time, this is one I definitely recommend. So I need to put that one to one side so I can. Then to my reread for the month, which is The Little Shop of Happily Ever After, which is the first in the series. I decided that I'm not going to keep the series, so all the series are getting on hold, because I can actually borrow it from the library, and from what I can remember, this was my favourite in the series. It actually went from originally, the first time I read it, I think I rated it 3 or 3.5 stars, and now it's gone up to a 4-star, because I really did enjoy it a lot more. But it's going to borrow from the library if I want it, so what's, you know, thank God for libraries, hey. So like technically a reread from the library, a library book counts as a reread, so it doesn't affect my numbers at all. But yeah, it's cleared a bit of space on my shelf rereading this, and I really did enjoy it. It's about a book, the lady who gets a bookshop in a van, and romance, and it's set in Scotland like a lot of Jenny Colgan's books. It's one of her earlier books, and I really did. It's a good cozy contemporary, great fun, really did enjoy it. Nothing wrong with this at all. There's no tropes that I didn't like. It's fun, it's romance, it's books, it's everything Jenny Colgan's really good at, so I really did enjoy that. Mum's read that as well. Now to my last 4 stars, which is my library book, and this is The Princess by Wendy Holden, and this is basically a Diana retelling, a Diana book, and it's based on the life of Princess Diana, and obviously the Princess Diana that changed her name, but because obviously she grew up as Lady Spencer, and this is basically a sort of talking about her, and I don't necessarily know if it's a retelling or anything, but it talks about hers and Charles's, how they got together, and how Camilla was in the background, and just stuff about that. I know I'm not one to judge the royalist, and obviously everything that's happening about the royals at the moment with Harry and everything else, it is interesting to go back and look at the time when she was like, this is just before you start off with a bit of her at school with her friend, and then she ends up retelling this old friend what happened when the romance and how it all happened leading up to marriage and everything. So it's quite interesting to look at it. I don't know how much of it's factual and how much of it's fiction, but it is quite interesting to look at how the romance got set up and how Camilla was very early days part of their story, and we all know that he didn't necessarily love Diana, not in the way he should have done probably. But yeah, it's interesting, and it was nice because actually also you got to talk about the Queen Mother at the time and Prince Philip, and you got to see a different side to Prince Philip, and I really did enjoy it. Thought if people that like The Crown or anything like that, you would love this. So definitely really enjoyed it. It was definitely a good 4-star, and it was one I finished yesterday, so it's probably my latest book. Then to my only 5-star of the week, but it's a 5-star that's going on the favourites of the year, which is my other video. So this won't go on the favourites of the year, like in the favourites of the year so far video that's coming up on Monday, but it will probably be on the list for the end of the year. This is Girl Goddess Queen by B. Fitzgerald. Stunning edition. I will be getting the next book by this author, and then apparently her 3rd book's out in hardback soon, but I will not be getting hardback. I'll wait till it's in paperback. But this is a Hades and Persephone's retelling, and oh my god, I absolutely loved it from start to finish. It is an incredible retelling of Hades and Persephone, and if I was doing the mid-year freak-out tag, which I've decided I'm not because it's a bit more work than I want at the moment, I think Hades would be my new bookish crush, because he sounds so gorgeous in this book, and oh my god, I loved this from start to finish. It was an incredible retelling. It tells Persephone in a completely different light to everything I read. It's sort of like, it's probably one of the earlier sort of like Greek gods thing, because it was when, like I said, when Persephone jumps down into Hades has only not been long in the underworld, king of the underworld, so that sort of tells you where it is in the timelines. And actually they were actually sort of similar ages at that sort of time, and it shows Zeus in quite an interesting light, and oh my god, I loved it. I love the way it literally says, thousands of years ago the gods told a lie. Persephone wasn't taken to hell, she jumped, and there was no way she was going to be quietly married off to a snug god, and she meets the underworld and how the underworld was changed, and Persephone changed it, and oh, I loved it. I love Persephone so much. I love Hades. Hades is like the ultimate crush. Oh my god, I just loved it. I absolutely loved it from the bottom of my heart. It was a brilliant book, and one I thoroughly recommend to anyone that likes fantasy and likes Greek retellings. Yeah, you have to get it. Now to the little things I'm grateful for. I know these videos don't do amazing, but I love it. I love saying what I'm grateful for the week because it's important. So obviously, I'm just going to grab some things. Last Thursday, I returned 2 Baz books after my little 12-week absence. and it was great to return. It was great to be back with the books. Admittedly, I kind of bought like 3 books. I'll show you one of them now. But it was great to support the charity. It was great to be back with Annalise and my boss, and it was just, I love talking about books. I love the fact that my customers recognise me and like wondered where I've been and asked my name. I love buying the books. I love putting books on the shelf. I love like cleaning them. God, I'm sad like that, and I really am sad that I love cleaning them. But it was so much fun being back. And yes, it was busy, and oh my god, by the time I got back I was knackered. Then I had to go to Thomas's violin concert, and it was just an insane day, and then I worked the next day. But yeah, it was well worth it. And then on the Saturday, from the first book side, we found some little free postcards that we'd given in. So that's one of Henry VIII, and that's one of Queen Victoria. So I've got those, and I need to put them somewhere. I don't know where yet. But the book I bought was Medusa by Jessie Burton. It was only on sale for £1, but because I know that it's worth a lot more than that, I was prepared to buy this full price. It was only out like last year or the year before. So I donated an extra 50p, and I donated. And that's one of the things with my charity shop, is that you can pay more or you can pay less. Or you can pay like the standard amount, which is £1, or if you think a book it deserves more, you can pay more. And I normally pay more because I know that I would pay more for the book, so I got that. So £1.50 for that is brilliant, isn't it? And it's a short but sweet Medusa. To keep retailing, it would have like been full price at like £9, and I got it for £1.50. And it's oh my god, it has made me want to read our other books by this author. So like, it's a good short but sweet book. It's only like 170 pages, so when I need a short book I will be reading that. I'm actually gonna put that there. Then on the Saturday I went to out shopping with my youngest sister Vicky. We went to about 20 odd bookshops, charity shops probably. I bought a lovely, gorgeous long dress that oh my god, I love it. It's like a long khaki dress for the holiday. I bought another khaki top, which you'll be seeing on an upcoming video. But I only bought 6 books in all the charity shops, and then I got 2 from the Tesco's, the Meadows, because there was an offer 2 for £9. I bought 2. Mainly one of them is one Vicky, my other sister, bought, but hey ho. But I didn't buy many books because I was feeling really good, mainly because I'm also going charity shopping with Charlie next Tuesday. Yeah, my book buying this month, trust me, I'm already a lot higher than I was last month, trust me. But I wanted to show you one of the books I found for £1, and I've got to work out how to clean the back of it because the sticky labels left a mark. Basically, this is the second book in the series. This is Legendarium, and I found a signed copy for £1. And this isn't like a signed copy, this is actually a proper signed copy that's actually stuck into the book. And it's the sequel to Wonderscape, which I've got on my TBR jar, which has yet to be picked actually. But, so I don't really want to know very much because it is literally the sequel to that. But it's about Arthur, Wren and Cicely. So it's set in the future basically, these books. Arthur, Wren and Cicely are stuck in the Legendarium in the year 2493, where a secretive villain, Deadlock, has discovered dangerous time travelling technology. To save the universe, the friends must enter the deadly Ironside tournament, where legends are real and one wrong move could cost them their lives. So once I've read the Wonderscape out of the TBR jar, this will get read. Other little things that have made me happy. Obviously, we had a bit of rain at the weekend when I was away, when I was out and about, which is typical when I was out and about with Vicky. But they cooled the temperatures down, and now it's heating up. But the weather's been really nice, and I will tend to put a little picture of the bees. But we've basically got a lovely lavender bush in our garden. It's the only bush that's actually survived with Thomas's football. But it's got a load of bees around it, and I absolutely love looking at the bees. I really, really enjoy it. It's just great fun. I love, like, they're so individual, and I'm allergic to bee stings, so I don't tend to get too close when they're active. But it's lovely seeing it all and seeing the flowers and smelling the lavender. So it's beautiful. If you got to the end of this video, obviously leave me a bee emoji because I just think that's really cute. What have you been reading this week? What have you been up to? How's your week been? Let me know in the comments down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, subscribe, ring on my ding-a-ling, and I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.